Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual conference happy hour. I'm Rachel, the online community manager for the Gypsy Nurse. We want to thank everyone who joined us and presented with us all this week. This is something we really wanted to do for a while now, and since we can't get together at the moment, what better time than to hold such an event? So we were super excited to find all these wonderful people, very smart, very intelligent people that know a lot of stuff in this industry. So if you missed any of these sessions this week, don't worry, it's all on the gypsynurse.com in the article section and on this page as well. If you have any questions to like any of our presenters or anyone that was on here this week, feel free to message us either like on the fan page or on the website, and we'll get you in contact with them or pass along your question. We would like to thank Travel Nurse Across America again for sponsoring this conference all week long. Be sure to check out their agency profile or their available jobs on thegypsynurse.com. For our last session of the conference, we will have Danica and Mike show us some drink recipes that will be very handy in the future. They're very easy to use. All you got to do is pick up a few ingredients and then you'll have a relaxing night. I know there's a lot of places closed, so making our own drinks is kind of a must lately, so we're going to bring them on. If you have, if you comment or ask any questions, you'll be entered to win a virtual hour happy hour cocktail kit. So it's just a little tiny little cocktail kit that you can take on the plane or just anywhere, and you'll get an extra entry for sharing the post as well. So we'll be giving 2 of those away. So I want to thank you all again for joining us. This was such a fun week. I won't be able to drink, but I have my pup right here. This is my happy hour. So once 5 o'clock hits, I might have one of these drinks that they're going to be doing. So let me bring them on up. Hi, guys. Oh, well, I'm going to drop down. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy making these drinks. I'm sorry to interrupt. Oh, sorry. You guys are on mute. So you just have to, there should be an unmute button.
Well,
there you go.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. So you probably want to replay everything you said.
We'll start over, but I'll kind of sum it up real quick.
All right.
Danica, and then this is Mike.
Nice to meet you guys.
So what I was saying before, when I was on mute, sorry. We basically have the 3 different liquors, and we try to simplify them for you. So we have the coconut rum, the raspberry vodka, and then the whiskey. So as far as the side ingredients goes, we wanted just to kind of use the same ones throughout each different liquors. That way you weren't out or having to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. So the first one we're doing is a gummy bear martini. Mike nicely decorated this martini glass with some gummy bears. So what you want to do is just all equal parts. It's pretty simple. You're going to do equal parts raspberry vodka, equal parts sweet and sour, and then peach schnapps, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the sweet and sour. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of each one. So this is definitely a good one to start with because it's a little strong. And then peach schnapps. Oh, and I also was talking when I was on mute. I was saying that what can really make or break a cocktail is not having a jigger. So these, this measures out the ounces that you use. If you just kind of hand pour or free pour, as we say, then you can really kind of just throw off a cocktail, especially when it comes to acidity. So lime and lemon, if you do it even 0.25 ounces over, it can
you can easily throw a drink off with not measuring. So it's nice to be able to measure it accurately.
Yep. And then you're just going to shake it with ice, which is already in here. Just probably about 10 seconds is a good amount of time to shake a martini, depending on how cold you like it. And then this one, as you pour it, you can either top it with champagne or you can top it with Sprite. But if you like it the way it is now, just drink it like that. Another thing that we like to do is we add egg whites to our martinis. Yep. It sounds a little weird to someone who's never really tried it. What that does is just make the cocktail more smooth overall. I think it really helps balance everything and just kind of bring it together too. So
the best part with this too is there's a lot of variations, right?
Yeah.
So on this type of a martini, we'll sometimes add a little bit of cherry juice, give it a real nice bright pink color. Nothing major, but it does change the flavor just slightly. But then topping it with either a champagne, as we have here, so we can top it with a little bit of bubbles. What that does is that's going to give it a little bit more of a lighter flavor to it. Goes ahead and just adds a couple of bubbles. You can add Sprite, some lime juice, but really just a lot of quick variations on that. But really, it's a white gummy bear martini, real sweet, but also simple to sip and simple to make.
It is definitely sweet, yeah. It's definitely a ladies' cocktail, I'd say. Yep. Well, actually, we shouldn't gender.
I mean, I drink it.
We shouldn't gender roll.
I drink it.
Right, yeah.
And what I would say too is after that one, another one that we can switch to pretty easily. To kind of go a little bit more harsher on not necessarily even harsh on the liquor taste, but a little bit more forward in flavor, not as sweet. We can go to a whiskey-based, like a peach tea. So something that's a really nice one to make as well. Yeah. So we can go with a whiskey-based peach tea here, and I'll let Danica kind of walk you guys through that.
This is actually one of my favorites to combine peach, lemon, and whiskey. So this one's also pretty easy. We're going to use, again, a lot of the same ingredients that we used in the first one. We're going to substitute the sour, though, with lemonade. So if you do, sour is basically lemonade. I mean, it's lemon juice and simple syrup. It's just going to be a little bit, if you use sweet and sour over lemonade, just use about half the amount that you normally would. But we are just going to use regular lemonade for this one. So if you have it, I feel like that's kind of a staple, especially in the summertime. But anyways, we're going to do a peach tea. So for the ounces on this one, we have 2 ounces of whiskey, 1 ounce of peach schnapps, and then all you're going to do is just top it with sweet tea, or you can top it with regular tea, just depending on how sweet you like it. So 2 ounces. And then peach schnapps, 1 ounce. I'm just going to go, what about 1 ounce right there? And then all you're going to do is shake that. I do have a little bit of, we're going to add no, we weren't going to add any. Nope. So just shake those two. You should add ice to the cup. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Got the lemon right on the inside there.
That's okay. I'll still float to the top eventually. So Mike here has been really into making cocktails, his own concoctions and stuff. So that's why I kind of thought it would be cool for us to do together. Because I've been bartending probably 5 years now. I started off with beer and it just kind of went into cocktails and things of that nature. But for this peach tea, you're going to top it with lemonade. What?
And your sweet tea.
Oh.
A little sweet tea too. That'll help.
I messed up on the tea part. So if you mess up, you just put in a bigger glass and add more alcohol, exactly. Right?
The one thing too so Danica's been doing this for about 5 years, but one thing that she's
never done it on a video.
Never done it on a video. But one thing that you've taught me that is true, when you are doing cocktails, the really neat thing, and what we've done here is by doing the peach schnapps or doing the raspberry-based vodka, there's a lot of different flavor profiles you can create. And once you kind of get the basics of understanding, okay, what's
how much acidity
to add, how much sweetness to add. Once you start balancing that, you can really make a pretty easy cocktail based off of these things. So your lemonades, your liqueurs, so like a peach schnapps, or some of your different liqueurs along those lines, like a triple sec, and then sweet and sour. Once you have your bases, you can really modify to and from to get a really different flavor profile. So this peach tea is going to be something that's more of a summery-based drink, but with that whiskey, it's not going to be as overpowering. It's going to have a really nice sippable feature to it. So something that we enjoy there too.
Yeah, for messing up, that's pretty good.
Hey, it still has alcohol in it, and it's almost 5 o'clock.
Exactly.
So what we've got so far is we've got the Gummy Bear Martini, we have the peach tea, and now what we're going to go to is something that's a little bit fun as well. Is more of a lemonade-based drink. So it's going to be a coconut rum, but it's going to be more of a tropical feel to it. And we'll go ahead and add some ice into the glass as well there. And I'll let you go ahead and start making.
Okay. We're just going to recycle this ice. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So for this one, we have 2 ounces of rum, 0.75 ounces of peach schnapps, and 0.5 ounces of lime. And then we're going to top that with lemonade. And also, we were talking, and we can send the ingredient list and just the measurements and stuff to Rachel. So if anyone is interested in getting these recipes, we can send them to you, and then that way you can pull them out and use them for whenever. All right, so 2 ounces of coconut rum. Again, I don't know if I reiterated this after I was on mute, but you can get Malibu rum. You can get any other kind of coconut rum. If you don't like coconut, then just get regular rum. And then 0.75 of peach schnapps. I'm going to go. And then we're going to add just a little bit of lime juice. I feel like, honestly, the biggest thing is the lime versus the sweetness of the cocktail. So you want to just we're going to do just a 0.5.
Yeah,
I don't need to do,
we'll get to that.
Okay. Do you have the lime juice? Is this it? We're
Go
going
for
fresh
them
lime.
too.
Let's go fresh lime. Let's just do about half of a lime is about, I would say, 0.5 ounces of lime juice. Well, not that one.
We'll use this one. So yeah, about half of a lime is going to be about 0.5 ounces. So you go ahead and squeeze that right in there. You can squeeze it, you can go out and get a juicer, or you can just pinch it yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a big one too, is if you can get one of these bad boys, they're like $10. Squeeze your own lime juice. It can stay probably good in the fridge for about a week, I would say, or even longer, because
anytime you have the ability to work with fresh fruit, you're going to get so many different flavor profiles.
All right. Okay. And then this one, this is the one that we top with the lemonade.
This is the one you top with the lemonade.
Okay. So yeah, these are also really good summer drinks. And if you like them a little stronger, a little less sweeter, you can always play around with the ounces and mix them up. And just kind of doing a lot of trials too. But these are at least the same ingredients. So there's that lemonade. Do you want to try it? Do you want to give it a try? Mix it up a little. What do you think?
That's delicious.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So those are the 3 cocktails that we came up with. Again, all you really need is tea, sweet and sour, lemonade, and then those 3 base liquors, the coconut rum, the whiskey, and the raspberry vodka. Also, with this Gummy Bear Martini, Mike usually buys, was it 3 olives? Berry?
Loopy vodka, so multiple different berries. You can use a raspberry-based vodka, and then having some type of liqueur of choice, so like a peach schnapps, a lemon. They have several different types of schnapps that'll go with it. By doing that, you're going to create that different profile. But for that Gummy Bear Martini, another thing that's really fun to do as well, like I said, adding that cherry grenadine in there, or actual true, like your maraschino cherries, it creates a different flavor to it and a different profile.
If you haven't had maraschino cherries, this is where it's at, I think.
Yeah, it's delicious.
There you go.
So yeah, those are those 3 base cocktails. But again, like if you guys have questions or things that we can answer, I know that we were talking to Rachel about that.
Yeah.
But what's really fun is once you get kind of your own little liquor cabinet or your bar going, you can modify to and from. As you see here, we have 3 very different cocktails. One's going to be extremely sweet and bubbly, more of a after dinner fun drink. This is more of a simple sipper as your peach tea, something nice, warm in the sun, but also not extremely liquor forward or too sweet. And then you have a sweet peach tea, or a sweet lemonade that's going to be your coconut rum. Have a little bit of that peach schnapps. So again, more of a sweeter after, just hanging out in the sun type drink.
Another thing too is that we realized that we used peach schnapps throughout all three of these cocktails. But another thing is that with the schnapps, there are different flavors. So if you just absolutely hate peach, you don't like it, you could take it out and then just interchange this with, or exchange this, with a different flavored schnapps. So that way you can flavor these however you want. But yeah, it's all pretty simple. Just get your bases and then just, go from there and then work with what you have. But yeah, once you start your little collection, it's pretty diverse in what you can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if you guys have any questions, I think we were also talking to Rachel about opening it up.
Yeah, Rachel can come back up, and if she has if there's some questions the individuals have, we would love to go and answer those and try to help any way we can.
Yeah, I think we had the fun part though.
Yeah, we did. Well, the fun part's gonna be drinking them.
Right.
No, I wish those look so good. I think I'm gonna go to the store tonight and get some of those. Definitely get your ingredient list. But yeah, we'll open it up for a few seconds for questions, because I know we're doing the giveaway, and you guys can ask questions after. Okay, we have one from us. What role does the quality of the liquor play in the drinks? Do you really need to go high end, or can you do middle road liquor and still get good quality?
That's a good question. I think when you're having a cocktail that has so many ingredients like this, especially like the peach schnapps and like this lemonade and things like that, you don't have to be worried about the quality too much, because that is going to cover up a lot of those flavors. But if you're having a cocktail where the main ingredient, say an old fashioned, where the focus is the whiskey, then what you want to do is choose a really good whiskey. I'll splurge sometimes and get a really nice whiskey in my old fashioned, just because I really do think that kind of makes or breaks that cocktail. But I think cocktails like these, this raspberry vodka is going to taste very similar to an Absolute vodka, say. And I actually chose this one because this is only $10 in New Amsterdam, whereas the Absolute raspberry is $20. So it's really up to you, but I don't think in these cocktails that the liquor.
No, one thing that does make a massive difference is the quality of ingredients, not necessarily the quality of the liquor. So making sure you have fresh fruit. There is a massive difference, I believe, in using fresh lime juice or fresh lemon juice opposed to going out and getting lemon or lime juice that's been store bought.
Yeah.
So having those things really will it'll make a massive difference there.
That's good to know. Also, maybe this can get the conversation going a little bit. Everyone that's watching, if you want to put in your favorite drink, it doesn't matter if it's, ones that are just like liquor, but you can do your favorite like cocktail or beer. So maybe we can get some people chit-chatting there.
Some recommendations on wine.
Yeah.
Like good middle of the road wine.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I've gone through all the.
Anytime it comes to wine, whiskey,
I stand there for like 30 minutes looking for a good bottle. So.
And then we have another question while we're waiting is, what is the biggest mistake that at-home bartender usually makes?
I would say not getting one of these bad boys, not getting a jigger, not measuring out. When you top it, you don't have to necessarily measure out, like how we topped with the tea and the lemonade.
Yeah.
But when you're doing things like lime juice, like sweet and sour, and with the liquor as well, it's always important to know how much you're drinking, just so that way you kind of know how you're going to feel after that drink.
Yeah.
And then also just making sure all those flavors are balanced.
Yeah. Another thing too is someone who has never been really trained as a bartender, but more the fact that I've just associated and spent some time with Danica and spent some time learning different things. A lot of at-home bartenders, I feel like they give up or they don't try different things.
Yeah.
Be adventurous. Try some different things. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make something that's not great. But what you're gonna find is, as you're traveling through these different alcohols or different bases, you're gonna find ways to modify stuff. And some of these, the Gummy Bear Martini was an accident, something that we were messing with, and we didn't have a certain ingredient, so we were playing with it. But once you learn flavor profiles and how to do some different things because you've tried or what you like, some really cool drinks can come out of that almost accidentally.
Yeah.
So don't give up. Don't get frustrated because the first time you make something, you're like, oh, this isn't like what I would order at a restaurant. Take some time and learn.
Yeah. And
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say find what you like too, because what I like might not necessarily be what you like, as far as sweetness and just different flavor profiles. So.
Yeah. What are your guys' go-to drink? Like wherever you go, what do you guys always end up getting?
I would say probably a Manhattan for me.
Yeah, I'm generally an old fashioned
or Moscow Mule.
Yeah, mules are fun. Old fashions, but I also enjoy. We're really getting into some of these martinis now, and so learning how to make different martinis are really fun, and just how you modify them. You can go extremely sweet, or you can go extremely dry. So it's a fun venture there too.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not on the martini fence, but that gummy bear one looks so good because I don't really like the dry ones. So it's just like I like everything super sweet, or like I love a Tom Collins. It's like such an old woman drink, but it's like one of my favorites. Like I love gin and Sprite, and they're really good.
I love gin with cucumber.
Ooh, I'll have to try that. All right. Well, if we're not going to get any more questions, which we might get some later, and I'll send them to you guys. But thank you guys so much for coming on and doing this. A lot of great drinks, and all these nurses need a good drink to relax. So thank you again, and thank you everyone this week for watching us, and we'll